let's see how this thing goes. Guys, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Good news! I just chugged about 400 milligrams worth of caffeine. Okay, so we're about to get wired and fired. The bad news is that I just don't get wired or fired, okay, to be honest with you, all right? Caffeine just does not have an effect on me. I wish it did. Oh my gosh, do I long to be the person who has a coffee too late in the evening. It just goes, I don't know why I can't fall asleep. I'm too jittery. And they're tossing and turning in bed all night. Couldn't be me, dude. I don't know why it is, but when I have caffeine, it just forgets what it's supposed to do, all right? In fact, I might just doze off during the duration of this episode because it's just, I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong with me or why it won't work, but I really just take it as a placebo at this point. I take it to tell myself, you're supposed to get jazzed, okay? And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but the truth is that I've just never felt more hyper than when people tell me that I am, you know? Like, as a kid up until now, as a 27-year-old male, when anyone would go, how much sugar have you had? How much coffee? How much caffeine have you ingested? Okay, and not usually out of fear, but something about that, and I was never feeling shaky, but something about that I just internalize as a challenge or something, and it makes me wired, dude, and I just grab lightning by the balls, and I go, you have seen nothing yet. I really just take caffeine for that sense to tell myself, oh my gosh, dude, how excited, how amped are you ready to be? How much fun are you ready to have on this podcast? And I go, oh, Tristan, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's boogie. Stupid, but true, and that's how I'm feeling, so we'll see. Oh my gosh. Works. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartors. Happy to be here with you guys today. Make no mistake, it is today day, okay, and not tonight night or the previous day. Recording it late, but so late that it's early, all right? And it sounds much more responsible and professional as a whole to be like, yeah, you know what, we're getting this thing quite early at the 7 a.m. mark. Hey, just took a couple of winks and blinks at the horizon. Sun's up. The only problem with that is that that's the wrong sun, and it's hard to explain that, to the sky, but pretty sure that was supposed to be yesterday's sun, so might be a little bit behind, okay, trying to catch up, but that's for me to deal with. All right, eventually, I'll keep telling myself that. Record the day before. Don't stay out so late. Don't enjoy the fun and the excitement and the laughter for so long that you don't ever get to your biz. All right? And eventually I'm going to start putting my biz as the priority. It's going to be on the forefront of my mind. But until then, because it ain't, we're going to keep on doing it the way that we do it, which is when it happens, So just trying to hang in there, got back really late, chugged the caffeine, hoping that I would get excited. Also had some dried apricots, when you're really grasping at straws. You're like, well, fruit, that's, healthy carb energy. That's going to get me, up there. But we're just hopping right into this, guys. We're hopping right in here to have some fun, no matter what, all right? I did change my shirt, so hopefully that will bring out some new energy that I haven't had in a while. Because I do that here on the podcast. In, regular life, I think sometimes people give me a bit too much credit to the thought that I put into my attire. In fact, you might see me quite often in the same clothes, but for the show, for the podcast, I see the thumbnails and I go, ooh, they almost got me. Okay, you see, all right, that I've been wearing the same shirt episode after episode after episode, so I change it just to create the illusion that I, do laundry or change my clothes, because we both know that I'm not, right? I'm flying by the seat of my pants 24/7 and trying to convince you that I'm also changing them at the same time. But you know what? That's the power that you have, that you can wield when you create the show. I can, build this whole system and then break it by telling you everything that I'm doing. But you know what? That's part of just speaking, okay? As I don't think where I'm going. My mouth is about 5 steps ahead of me, and I'm the mom going, "Right, no, not so fast, sweetie." And I'm just getting into the trash, getting into the mess. A wild dog. A wild dog is what they call me. But at least it sounds good, as so I've heard. Man, I got the nicest compliment the other day. I had to do some meetings and callbacks with producers of the show, and it's always nice because here's the thing: I can be a little arrogant sometimes, and I talk about myself in a way that is so lovingly amazing because I like me. But it's nice when they say, "Tristan, your voice not only sounds great, but you use it well." And if you didn't think I had an ego before, did I take over that call? I started talking and talking. I was like, "You said you like it, man. So let's just all buckle up for a minute and let the guy speak." I did, and I asked him a lot of questions because, you know what? Yeah, I also thought he had a nice voice as well. And then my camera cut out on the call as well, so I really had to dive deep into the bag and be like, "Well, my dulcet tones, they're so peaceful and wonderful," and hope that I could sell it. But it was a little nerve-wracking for sure because it was for a bigger project, and it was on a call. And then, everyone's got their cameras on. They're all having fun. Hey, hi, waving. You can see there's a difference in... if you're listening to the audio version of the show, there's a difference in seeing me smile. I've heard that it brings so much joy. Okay, it saves lives, makes babies cry of fear, because they don't know what I'm gonna do. But it adds, and it didn't during that call. And I was trying to joke around about it, hopefully to get my exuberance across. Like, guys, I just bought this nice shirt and I really wanted to show it off, and it got a couple chuckles, but it wasn't even true. I lied. The first, all they could hear was my voice, and I was just sharing lies. And also hot in the booth. I wanted to take the shirt off that I had so bad, but I was scared the camera would flick on for a second. Because I might as well take advantage of the fact that nobody can see me picking my nose, no shirt off. And it just blinks like, "Hey, are those your nipples?" "No." "Maybe." "What do you think?" I couldn't take the dice roll. Somebody starts off, "Hey, you got a nice voice, but your nipples are distracting." I don't know if I was going to get the job on that one. So, we try to do what we can. All that to say, guys, I changed my clothes. So anyways, man, what is happening tonight? I just came from a lovely session of Dungeons and Dragons, hanging out, laughing, skateboarding. I will say I had to recover a little bit because I'm not good at dizziness. Okay. And I was just talking about this. I can't spin well, man. I've always wanted to be somebody that can spin well. All friends and family, they go to the park and they're spinning each other on the things. And I go like 3 times around, go, "Whoa," like it's 3 days. I'm the earth. I can't spin well, or the whole thing is thrown off. Roller coasters, all of it. I can flip well. I don't understand why, but something about spinning just really throws me for a loop. And I didn't realize that you can train this. I was watching this video. They were doing all this science stuff, and I could explain it to you, but it's too highbrow. I could get into it and make it, but it's above everyone else's pay grade. But anyways, he was talking about, equilibriums or something, and that you could develop that like it's a muscle for these figure skaters. They're spinning around at lightning speed, and how they don't ever get shaken or off balance. And I was like, man, that's my problem, is that I've never been good at it, so I've never been training it. Okay, I want to be somebody that can spin around. My nephew is not even 3 years old, and he gets excited. He's like, "Let's spin around. Let's get in the office chair and just spin." And I want to seem cool to this kid. So I do a couple spins. He's like, "Isn't this fun?" And I'm just like in the corner throwing up and crying. And I don't want to be that guy. So I got to get better at spinning. It's part of my training regimen. All right. Well, everyone else is running sprints when they're getting after the day. "Hey, man, I'm training. I'm going to hit bench today. What about you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing 3 sets of the merry-go-round. What you think about it?" So, you know what? I'm going to work on my dizziness, and we're going to get real good real quick and see how that works. So it's a time, it is what it is. I got to get better at spinning. I also got to get better at bowling, dude. We went bowling, and we had like a little reunion for the play I did with Dear Jack, Dear Louise, with Miss Bree and Miss Brandy. And Which, by the way, dude, I call people Mr. and Ms., Sir, Ma'am, Gentleman, Lady, and I'm always catching flack for it. You know what? And people just aren't ready for class these days. They're really not. But anyways, I was out with Miss Breed, Miss Brandy, and Mr. Bryce, and we were at bowling, dude, and I just cannot throw the ball straight. Okay, just gutter after gutter after gutter. And it was a pretty barren wasteland. There weren't that many people out at the bowling alley. But I still felt ashamed, okay? Just every time I throw it, all right? Every ball is a freaking pride parade. It never goes straight. And it's just enough time that I walk up with enough confidence to throw a gutter ball and turn around and have that walk of shame to go, oh, you guys see that? I was looking at the floor plan or something. What's over there? And it's just tough. It's tough. And enough time passes for you to go again. And you go, I got it this time. I figured it out before goofing around. But here I go. Gutter. Oh, did you say something? You talk? It's just a bad look. It's just a bad look. But I got to get good at it. I really do. There's something fun about being good at bowling. Probably. I've never done it, but I like the idea of it. The idea of it sounds nice, but we'll see. We'll see. Eventually, I'll get to that. What is going on in the world, guys? Not much. I mean, there might be. I haven't really paid attention, okay? Kind of been trying to learn how to spin lately, but I know the World Cup's a big thing. Everyone's loving it. Soccer. I don't really follow soccer that well. I'm going to try and follow the World Cup some more, but, soccer, there's a lot of back and forth spin. I can't really do it. But I will say it's cool seeing all the cultures sort of interact together. There's a feeling of, we look at all these different European and other not European countries. But you look at these places that are not your home, your own backyard, and you go, wow, that's a vacation. That's a resort. What a nice place that would be. And then having all these people come to America. All right, all these different cultures and lifestyles. And they go, it's amazing here. It's wonderful. You've got AC. You've got grass. The people are fine. The food, it's quick. It's fast. DoorDash, And everyone's so excited to be here. And it's another one of those things where you go, you know what? Maybe it is pretty great. Maybe life is awesome. Maybe, you go to someone's house and go, wow, would it be nice to live here? It's so clean all the time. Yeah, you know what? Your house would be clean too if you were hosting the World Cup in it. Okay, so much like these NFL stadiums, they come to and they go, it's amazing, it's like the Coliseum. You're like, you have no idea how much hurt and pain and anguish and tragedy I've experienced here. Okay, and it's just a nice little perspective for everybody to have to look at their own place and see some pride in it, and go, I'm happy to have this as well. All right, the grass is always greener, but you know what? You gotta water it. So. It's nice, and it's also nice that everybody's able to speak American a little bit when they come over here. I was just using that as a segue. Man, my uncle and my cousin, they had just gotten back from Switzerland. They were just telling me some stories, and I did that as a joke purposefully to go, oh, and people were able to speak American, just as a doofus sort of thing. And then I did it 4 more times without saying that the first time was on purpose and the other ones were not. And that was a very embarrassing sort of situation where you look so silly to go, yeah, do they speak American? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in English. Yeah, so anyways, they were speaking American. Freaking what, And then I really got in my head and I was like, you gotta dial it in, dude. You gotta be better than this. You've got to be. So anyways, I'm going to try and speak English a little bit better. So pick your words, choose them carefully, and do with that what you will. What else is going on? I guess we could stick with sports, dude. Not that I follow it really that well, but if you saw the WNBA, did I even say that right? I watch it so little, but I saw Caitlin Clark, man. This lady is getting her butt beat, dude, and she was not receiving a foul. I mean, they freaking basically punched her in the throat, and she got jumped. I mean, the stills look awful. Like they're just trying to take her lunch money. And then she's like, in your face. And they go, did you just clap at them? Did you just clap at that lady? And there's all different kinds of means. But then she got a technical for that. So it's ridiculous because, look, not that I follow it that well to begin with, but that's kind of your golden goose at the moment. Like that's the lady who's selling tickets. We go, who's Caitlin Clark? Is she crushing it? She's killing it. Is that the draw? Let me go watch that. Now I haven't. But if I was going to, that would be the draw. So, you know what? You can't, protect your players to begin with in the first place. But you know what? It's already hard enough to watch the WNBA. Make sure you take care of the people that are, trying to get the tickets there. That's another thing, man, is you get flack for that, as a guy at least, to go, don't talk about the WNBA like it's not a great freaking product. I'm not saying it's not, all right? These ladies be hooping left and right. They're talented as all get out, all right? But it is kind of your job as a lady to watch the WNBA if you want them to do it well, all right? If you're like, they're not making enough money, well, put some money in their pockets, all right? I've been feeding the Browns players, the Browns Stadium. I've been putting dough in their bank all day. You think I'm happy about it? Absolutely not. But you have to support your people, okay? And that's just the problem, is that I don't think ladies are really interested in basketball to begin with, and they probably don't want to watch the WNBA. It's a sad story, all right? And it sucks that they're not going to make as much because they are talented. They are great. But you got to support your people. If you want to make money as a lady, you got to go where your audience is. Where are the ladies? Where is ladies television? What are they watching? Okay? Models, runways, red carpets, all right? I can't name you a single male model, but I know lots of women who watch the, different dresses and blowouts and airs and Hadids or whatever they call them. That's what you guys are watching, all right? And you're putting money in their pocket. That's your Browns, okay? You guys are supporting them. Or reality television is really a woman's sport through and through. In the same way that you could have a group of 5 guys, the Burgers, 5 guys, they'll just sit around and just name players, all right? And they'll go, yeah, that's funny. You guys are doing your little circle of naming things. You go, oh, Dante Culpepper, remember? Yeah, Mike Allstott, Raheem Mostert, Jay Ajayi. Those are more people, And you just sit around and you start naming things. Women will do that with reality television. I would say 95% of women watch a Bachelor, a New Housewives, a Survivor, a Big Brother, a Kardashian, whatever, okay? And you're putting money in their pocket. And you should be supporting the WNBA so Caitlin Clark just keeps getting bullied, okay? Help her out. Go where the food is. But it's a problem. So you really can't complain about it, and it just sucks to see, all right? It's not my fault. It's not my problem. But I do feel bad for him. But the truth is, I think just both men and women were both just addicted to trash television, okay? I think, and yeah, I could be wrong about this, but psychologically, women like watching people get hurt. You guys like watching the gossip and the drama unfold. But men, I think guys, they want to pretend that they're also getting hurt. I don't know if you guys watch reality TV and you fall to your knees and go, why? Okay. But for whatever reason, guys, when they talk about their team that they watch, we won, we lost, and now all of a sudden I'm in a bad mood because somebody who wears these arbitrary colors of the city that I'm not even born into, but just sort of adjacent to, I go, oh man, that one player that I don't even know or ever met or will ever meet drop that ball that I'll never see. That's kind of how we experience things, all right? I would love to get into just watching a model walk the runway, but that's just not what I care about. I'm like, I don't care what the jacket looks like on you, dude. How far can you throw a football? Like that's the be all end all. Hey man, how fast are you? Okay. But I'm out supporting my people, all right? And I refuse to get any flack for that. I should probably stop watching bowling so I can master some of it. But it has nothing to do with my people, truly, all right? It's not like they look like me, okay? I'm watching basketball. I don't think anyone's ever mistaken me for a 7'5" black guy. No one's ever looked at me and go, wait a minute, can you dunk? No. So you know what? It is what it is. I'm just putting money into the people who break my heart. It's a really abusive relationship, really, dude. It's a masochistic thing that I'm trying to break free from. But until I can become an athlete, and that starts with being able to throw a bowling ball straight, I'm gonna keep paying the people who can. So what else is going on, man? I went to Chili's after bowling, and it was a bit of a doohickey. Is somebody talking? Oh, the ESPN guys. I love sports. There's little Alexas on the background, but I thought people were arguing in the alleyway at 7 a.m. It'd be so early to get heated. And I'd respect that as well. If you woke up ready for a fight, gotta credit you. But anyways, yeah, we went to Chili's to celebrate our bowling miseries, and I caught a little bit of flack, okay? Not just for the ma'ams and the sirs and the ladies and whatever, but I had taken down 2 DC's Diet Cokes, okay? So we get seated, okay, table for 4 for Tristan. Oh, he's a king. But I have a Diet Coke, and we're going to be sitting there waiting around, and I drink it. And people go, whoa, that was fast, all right? And then she brings another one. Oh, so sorry about that. Here's another DC. And then I drink that one too. And all of a sudden, people start giving me oohs and ahs and hows and whats. Now, granted, there's probably 14 ounces of liquid in this thing, or it's not even quarter of a gallon at this point. And over the course of 20 plus minutes, all right, I had maybe 30 ounces of liquid, all right? I could sip 30 ounces out the hose with ease, all right? But people start going, what's the matter with you? Oh, you thirsty? Why do you need so much Diet Coke? Look, if it's in front of me, I'm going to have it. All right? That's just what it is. Okay? So when the lady walks by, the waitress, not only am I getting from the table, but she goes by and she goes, what? Okay? And I think she muttered some, oh God, what's this? How did it happen? Her eyes genuinely bugged out, boom, glass shattering. It looked like I had been doing witchcraft at the table. Like they just couldn't believe what was going on. All right? Now, I just don't understand this. Now, don't get me wrong. All right? It's just 2 DCs. It's not even liquor, hardly nowhere. But I'm not a sipper, okay? If you're in front of me, I wasn't even thirsty, all right? But it's the smallest thing, and I took it down with these, all right? I'm Italian. I was raised to take down what's in front of you. You clean your plate. If somebody gives me a Diet Coke, I'm going to keep on drinking them, okay? So I started catching flack with that. I didn't even know you could get food to go in a box, okay? Till I went on a date and like, hey, can I get this? Can I get a box for this? Oh, you think they're just gonna let you pack up your meal and take? Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that. But you know what? That's part of being me. All right. I was trained to clean my plate, and now my grandma loves me, but everyone else looks at me like I'm sort of monster, some sort of fiend. Okay. You think I don't have the memory etched? And the fact that we just got the new Super Smash and I wanted to play and my mom and dad wouldn't let me till I finished the last pieces of sausage. And I said, I don't like sausage. And then she said, is that what I asked? And I sat there and watched my brothers play video games without me while I had to clean my plate and eat sausage. Okay, I think about that every day. Yeah. So anyways, I had the Diet Cokes, and because I'm kind of a sucker for a bit, when people do start laughing, I wasn't actually upset or embarrassed. But when people do start pointing at something, kind of like with the caffeine, people go, oh, are you this? People go, oh, are you a big, consumer of beverages? I take down the third, okay? Now it's for show. Like anything else, now I just can't help getting into character. So I take the third, and then I take the fourth, and I would have taken the fifth and the sixth, and I didn't even want it, all right? I'm not even a big pop drinker. I don't like to have a lot of carbonation because, again, it might does it don't, because you never know when your camera's going to shut off, and you got to really shine vocally. But I don't really have a lot of it. I didn't really need a lot of it, but when people expect that of me, it's sort of that stick with me, let me show you what I can do. Let me ascend past your expectations. You think you figured me out, all right? I can go even further. And I cleaned my plate, and it was all fine, but I was catching some strays that didn't need to be happening. And I didn't know if the lady was actually upset, so I did apologize. I'm just gonna have whatever's in front of me. I'm sorry, I didn't need it, but thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for bringing me the Diet Cokes. Not like she had to go and hunt across the Sahara for him or climb the Himalayas. Like, oh man, we're out of Diet Coke. I gotta go. She got a well tip, so it all worked out well. But I will say, in the middle of my apologizing, my cousin Brandy is very interesting in the sense that she, I think, she said she forgot that this lady wasn't with us for the rest of the day. So, again, I'm all fine being the butt of the joke, or I'm being embarrassed or whatever, but I wasn't able to play off of her following statements, where she's like, oh, you think that's weird? He's going to go drink a bucket of milk. And the lady's like, huh? And he's like, no, he loves milk. He's going to go drink so much milk. You don't even understand. And I mean, again, she's trying to throw me under the bus and play with an inside joke, but the lady has no clue what she's talking about. So I can't even play. It's like I was bombing. I didn't even make the joke because I can't play off of it. And all I can do is own it. And I don't want to be like, Brandy, that doesn't make any sense. I'm not trying to shut it down. I'm trying to yes and, but there's no and to go to. So it's just, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Never the fact that I don't even have milk in my fridge at the moment, but there was no way for me to get out of it. And there was no good play. There was no sequitur. There was no segue. There's like, hey, did you see me drink those 4 Diet Cokes? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And you go, yeah, well, he's going to go suck the udders of a cow. All right. So do you want a video? And she's like, that's a little odd, there's nothing. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird to say. Yeah, I'm sorry. So it was a bit of an awkward situation for me, at least, because I wanted to contribute. I wanted to keep playing. I wanted to keep having fun. I'm all happy for a bit. I had a chance at a snide remark, had something to say to her earlier Diet Cokes, but she caught me right when I took a bite of something, and I couldn't say anything. It would have been so great. Would have been so much fun. And the only time I got a chance to say something was the milkman. Well, we'll see. You know what? We're all having food out here. But it is what it is. That was been my week so far. You know what? Embarrassing moments are there for everyone with eyes to see. Speaking of Bree, though, this happened. So we went to this whole charity golf outing. It was a wonderful time, really sweet, for a good cause. Poor child had passed away, and it was for his family, and it's a very sweet and endearing thing, and people do speeches and whatnot. I was going to go and play secretly. I was going to go play a round of 18 before I went to that course, because I was like the resident golfer of this little bunch. Not that I'm great to begin with, but when people, it's not that I say I'm a great golfer, but when people know that you golf often, the expectations are set a little bit higher. So I was going to go play, get a feel, understand the course, read the greens. And I ended up going to the driving range, and I didn't wear my glove, and I went so hard in the paint, I ripped my hands up to the point that they were bleeding. And then I couldn't go play the practice round, and I couldn't even swing well for the mediocre talent that I did have, okay? So my friends, they don't golf at all, and they're out driving me with ease. I'm supposed to be the golfer. I can't bowl, but I can golf a little bit, and I just couldn't. So I looked I wanted to practice so I could try and really shine, so I could really try and be like, hey guys, I'm gonna help our team out. Oh, camaraderie. This is the World Cup. Grass is always greener. Watch me hit it into the water. Okay. And I just could not golf well. For the life of me, dude. And it got even worse because I was so exhausted from that 18. We played her after that, and then we went to another 18 on Father's Day in the morning. And I just kept on shanking them, dude. But now my hands are healing up, so hopefully I can, get back to it when I'm playing by myself, which is all cool. You know what? Probably. It's not, okay? Why be good at anything if people aren't going to notice, okay? Why be good at a sport if people are watching reality TV or a different sport than the sport that I'm not playing? Why drink so many Diet Cokes unless people are watching? Answer, you don't. You only start chugging them when people go, how are you doing that? But anyways, it was a good round of golf. Well, not really, but I can say that because you weren't there. It was a good time though. It was all sweet. The dinner was nice. It was pretty good. I thought it was great. But Bree, we went back to the dinner. So there was a funny, awkward moment where they came out with these desserts in pizzelles, and they were all wrapped in some nice packaging, and she opens it up, and I don't even know if she takes a bite, but she breaks it, and she just starts, crapping on the thing. She's like, it's all flaky and gross and soggy and pathetic. She wasn't going that hard in it. But she was just kind of just gently complaining about things like you do when you have something. You go, oh, this isn't quite, like you go through your little Goldilocks situation. You go, this is too hot, this is too cold, this is whatever. Okay, we did about the steak. My family's been doing it a lot more as well. Another quick segue. I don't know what happened recently, but I've noticed my family developing standards Okay, we've never been like that ever. It's always been clean your plate. I don't care if it's good or not. But now I've noticed any sort of food we get, an outing, television, whatever, and people go, did you like the pizza from Papa John's? Did you like that from Domino's? Did you like the pizza? Did you like this? Did you like that? And they go, I don't know, the sauce, the crust, this. And I go, what? Are we connoisseurs now? All right? I thought we were bottom tier, bottom feeders. We eat what's given to us. But now I've noticed myself going, 10 out of 10. And people going, I don't know about that. Maybe a 6. All right? I'm used to just watching a movie and going, 10 out of 10. And they go, I don't know about that. So I've noticed my family, just learning to, have a preference, really have a standard. I didn't realize we were above any sort of food. Okay. I didn't know that we were allowed to be like, you know what? This could be better. I'm just like, hey, this rocks, but it's pretty crazy. They're becoming savants. They're understanding. They're able to judge and sort of pick apart the cheeses in a way that I'll never learn. But I just feel like an outsider. I've already eaten 9 pieces, and they go, the pizza's awful, and I go, what? Yeah, no, it's crazy. So that's a thing. But anyways, going back to the pizzelles, what was hilarious about this, and I've never wanted to laugh harder in a situation that I couldn't, because she starts making fun of this pizzelle, and dude, there's probably 15 tables, okay? 8 people a table, 8 times 15, 120. There's 120 people there, probably more. And she starts just, having standards, right? Talking about the pizzelle. And of all the people that could ever be anywhere, including the crew, the staff, the lady, the grandmother across the table at our table goes, I made those. I looked away. I had to go to the bathroom to get my laughs out for a while too, but she didn't hear it, but it was just the chance. It was all about the chance that it's fine to have standards. It's have to, like, you know what? Wow, look at this, hold the steak up. That's not medium rare. But of all the times to address something and have them go, yeah, that was me. I make those all the time for my grandson's dead best friend. He used to love those pizzelles, and I'm glad that you hate them so much. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world, and I couldn't even face the table for about 7 minutes. It was a real bowling alley situation. Like, checking out the walls. Did she just crap on that grandmother's pizzelles that she just worked so hard for? And they were soggy. They were flaky. She didn't make them well. All right, let's be honest. They could have been better. But in the fact that, if you ever to ridicule anything, I mean, how often do you complain about something? Okay, a red light, guy puts it up. A movie, the director sitting right next to you. I mean, what are the chances of that? It was amazingly beautiful, and it made me so happy, and I felt bad for her, but you know what? She was fine, both the grandma and Bree. So it all worked out. Everybody won in the end except me, because Brandy told this waitress about my obsession with just chugging. Guys, I don't think you can see me, but we just lost camera visuals. Somehow the camera died. Anyways, guys, well, I think that's pretty much all we had to talk about. Don't forget the crap on pizzelles. You know what? Have a little bit of food if it's in front of your plate. Call people sirs and ma'ams, because you're gentlemen. You know what? Have some class, and the grass is always greener. Eventually, this caffeine will kick in, but if we're not going to do the show anymore, then I might as well go take a nap, because I can, because I don't get supercharged, and because nobody's told me that I'm wired yet. So I'm just subjective. I'm subject. I can accept. All right. I'm contagious to the words that you put on me, as long as they are, hey, you're the best. And I've been accepting that. Sorry, guys. You know what? I love the itty bitty pieces. You're the best. Have a wonderful day. Because you know what? I'm in the same day with you, and I can tell you it is. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.